Rome did not conquer the Mediterranean because it had the bravest warriors. It conquered it because it built the most efficient military system the ancient world had ever seen. While many ancient armies were temporary forces raised for a single campaign, the Roman legion was permanent. It was not a loose gathering of tribes or personal followers loyal to one warlord. It was a state institution, organized, structured, and standardized. A legionary did not fight for seasonal plunder. He served in a professional army with fixed ranks, defined units, and long-term obligations. Every soldier had a precise place in the formation. Every officer had clearly defined authority. Orders moved down a strict chain of command. This structure made the legion fundamentally different from its enemies. Celtic warbands relied on courage and shock. Hellenistic armies relied on massed formations. Rome relied on organization. In the early imperial period, a single legion of roughly 5,000 men could defeat larger forces because it functioned as one coordinated system. Discipline, logistics, engineering, and command were integrated into a single military machine. To understand why the legion dominated for centuries, we must examine how it was constructed. During the 1st and 2nd centuries after Christ, a Roman legion usually consisted of between 4,800 and 5,200 heavy infantry soldiers. This number represented the theoretical full strength, although in practice many legions operated slightly below that due to casualties, detachments, or transfers. The legion was divided into 10 cohorts. The first cohort was larger and more prestigious, often numbering around 800 men instead of the standard 480. It contained the most experienced soldiers and included the legion's senior centurions. Because of this, it formed the core of the battle line and often held positions of highest responsibility. The remaining 9 cohorts were more uniform in size and structure. Each cohort was capable of independent action if necessary, allowing the legion to divide its forces without losing cohesion. Each cohort was divided into 6 centuries. Despite the name, a century did not contain 100 men. It typically held about 80 soldiers, commanded by a centurion. This number allowed flexibility while preserving control, ensuring that officers could maintain discipline and direct movements even in intense combat. At the smallest level was the contubernium, a group of 8 men who shared a tent, equipment responsibilities, and daily living space. They cooked together, marched together, and fought side by side. This unit created strong personal bonds and ensured mutual accountability within the larger structure. Earlier in the Roman Republic, the army had operated using the manipular system, which divided forces into smaller tactical blocks. Over time, particularly by the early empire, the cohort structure proved more adaptable and administratively simpler, becoming the standard organizational model. This layered system, contubernium, century, cohort, legion, created a scalable military framework. Units could detach for independent missions, reinforce weakened sectors, or reorganize during battle without collapsing the entire formation. The legion was not a mass of warriors. It was a carefully engineered structure designed for sustained warfare. At the top of the legion stood the legatus legionis, appointed directly by the emperor. He was usually a senator of praetorian rank with prior military experience and held full command authority over the legion. The legatus was responsible not only for battlefield decisions, but also for overall discipline, strategic coordination, and communication with the provincial governor, or the emperor himself. Below him served 6 military tribunes. Their roles varied depending on rank and experience. One tribune, known as the Tribunus Laticlavius, was typically a young senator at the beginning of his political career and served as second in command. The remaining 5, called Tribuni Angusticlavii, were usually members of the equestrian order. They assisted in administration, logistics, training supervision, and occasionally tactical command. One of the most important figures within the legion was the Praefectus Castrorum, the camp prefect. Typically a veteran centurion promoted from the ranks, he was third in command. He supervised logistics, fortification construction, equipment maintenance, engineering works, and the daily functioning of the marching camp. His practical experience made him essential to operational stability. The true backbone of the legion, however, was the centurionate. Each century was commanded by a centurion. In a legion, there were roughly 60 centurions, organized in a strict hierarchy of seniority. Promotion was based on merit, experience, and recommendation. The most senior among them, the Primus Pilus, commanded the first century of the first cohort and held exceptional prestige. After completing his term, he could enter the equestrian order, gaining significant social advancement. Centurions maintained discipline, enforced standards, oversaw training, managed pay records, and ensured that commands were executed precisely. They were positioned in the front ranks during battle, leading by example. Assisting them were optiones, their deputies, stationed at the rear of formations to maintain alignment and prevent collapse under pressure. This multi-layered hierarchy ensured continuity of command. Even if senior officers were killed, authority passed downward without confusion, allowing the legion to remain organized under extreme stress. Service in the legion during the imperial period was limited to Roman citizens. Citizenship carried legal privileges, and the legion was considered an institution of the Roman state. During the earlier Republic, property requirements had restricted who could serve. After the reforms associated with Gaius Marius in the late 2nd century before Christ, the army became professionalized and open to poorer citizens. Non-citizens served in auxiliary units known as auxilia. After approximately 25 years of service, these soldiers were granted Roman citizenship, creating a powerful incentive for loyalty and integration. Legionaries typically enlisted for about 25 years. In return, they received regular pay, standardized equipment, rations, and upon discharge, a financial reward, often in land or money. The legion functioned effectively because it was permanent, standardized, and professional. Soldiers were embedded within a clear hierarchy and supported by stable administration and logistics. Rome did not depend on individual heroism. It depended on structure. That structure allowed the Roman legion to remain the dominant military force of the Mediterranean world for centuries. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and a comment. Subscribe for more true stories from history. Your support helps this channel grow.